legacy, the life, and the man, the family man. Sometimes it's hard to come to terms with the fact that his wife and the son were also involved in this ghastly accident. And this particular tribute you just watched is just a reminder to show you the bond, the chemistry, and will I say the wind beneath Herbert's wings. For any man out there, especially a father and a husband, you know that everything that you do is that for the family and the kids. And talking about family, I do have here with me Herbert's cousin, Dr. Chris Amadi, who has joined me very quickly before we cut to the church ceremony. Now, Dr. Amadi is here to shed a bit more light on not just the relationship with himself and, of course, Herbert, but also what happened yesterday. Now, the whole Isoko village was agog and in tears, mixed feelings as the bodies of Herbert, Chizoba and Chizi arrived. But more importantly is what happened after. First of all, my condolences, Dr. Amadi. This must be, I'm sure, a very, very difficult time for you. Even before we went on camera, our conversations showed that you were extremely close to Herbert. Will I be wrong in saying you're like maybe his favorite cousin?
I'm one of the people that were very close to him. I was privileged to that close to Herbert. We are related by blood. I was also a staff of Access Bank. When I left the bank, I got appointed to government as an executive director with Nigeria Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Coincidentally, that appointment came on the same day I had a meeting with Herbert in Herbert's office in Lagos. Yeah. I was with Herbert when the appointment came. And the only thing Herbert told me was, make sure you attract development to Isoko. Herbert's love for Isoko was very intentional.
Let's talk a bit about that. I know we don't have that much time because this is live and we need to cut to the church. But tell us what Herbert has done in Isoko for those who do not know the impact of Herbert's legacy in his hometown.
Herbert was like a shield for the Isoko people. He loved Isoko to the point that he told me he wanted to put the name of Isoko in global map. And he set out to doing that. One of the critical things Herbert did in Isoko was he set up a university here in Isoko. Herbert intentionally every year sent foodstuffs, medical support, and all sorts of support for the community. And every family from Isoko shared from that largesse and support.
Now, something very special happened yesterday, which might speak to how they see Herbert and the Wigwe family. There was a procession that happened where the bodies moved through certain towns and villages, and there was a 21 gun salute. And I'm told, based on what I've heard, that is reserved for champions, for royalty, not just for ordinary people. What made the town give that tribute to the Wigwe family?
Like you said, such receptions are usually for royalty. By the way, Herbert was offered 4 different times by the Isoko community, Isoko kingdom, to host him in a civic reception, and the king of Isoko offered him chieftains, and those 4 different times he turned them down because of his belief and his person. Herbert had done so much here that he made that decision to set up the Wigwe University and interact. I was actually the liaison, the community liaison in that whole activity, and he made very strong commitments to entire families of Isoko that every family must have a representation in that university, both as staff and as scholarship. He had set up scholarship schemes for the community, and he has supported the community in various ways at different times. So it's such a very horrific and terrible event, situation. They are very pained about the loss of Herbert, his wife Doreen, and his son Chizi. But even at that, the community owed him that reception, Because this is the first time in the history of the community that anybody so received.
And it's well deserved, because if for those watching now, you can see the procession that took place yesterday. You can see the tears, the mixed feelings of the towns and the kingsmen and the village people. It's no news that he was well known here, but more importantly is, if you want to know a man, find out from his friends, find out from those he has impacted, find out from those who he has touched their lives. But there was a 21-gun salute yesterday. Please, can you just give us a bit of insight as to what the significance of that is in Isoko?
Herbert body, Isoko Chiefs, Council of Chiefs made a decision upon the demise of Herbert. Significant things happened in this community. One, they declared 8 days of mourning, and the entire community was shut down. No businesses were allowed to open, and the entire community was shut down in grief and pain. And they made a decision to give Herbert a heroic burial because he was their champion. In Isoko, what happened yesterday, the 21-gun salute is only given to somebody who is for royalty, really.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just 21, like you noticed yesterday. Herbert was brought in from the gateway of Isoko, which is the Wigwe. And we had 21-gun salute at that point, another 21 at the Royal Majesty's place, another 21 at the roundabout, another 21 at the community. Including his family received him, and his father's family, his maternal family. So Herbert meant so much for the Isoko people. He has brought development here. The university is one very reference point that is of international repute.
Yeah.
He has brought people who have come here to develop our community, and our community will forever be in this pain. Herbert's loss is irreplaceable.
A lot of people have said those exact same words, that there will never be another Herbert, that he's one of a kind. And judging by what people have said throughout this whole week, what they've said on social media, what has been said in front of the cameras, it's a testament to the legacy. Now, if Herbert was here with us, watching everything happening, you're his cousin, you've dealt with him on a professional and personal basis, what do you think would be going through Herbert's mind watching all of this display happening right now?
Herbert knows that Isoko loves him, and he won't be surprised with what is happening. Nobody in the history of this community, this kingdom, having so received. Nobody. In tears, but they did not stop. They made sure they gave him a heroic welcome back home.
Now, about 10 minutes away from where we are currently. So we are, for those who just joined us, we are currently at the RCCG Lion of Judah Parish, Isoko, which is the family church of the Wigwes. And more importantly, this is where the funeral service is about to take place. We've had the arrival of dignitaries for the last 1 hour. We had state, federal, we had royal fathers, captains of industries, town kingsmen, and a whole lot of people here just to celebrate with the Wigwe family and to commiserate with them. Celebrate in the sense that the legacy of Herbert and by extension the Wigwe family is one that this town will not forget in a hurry. But I wanted to touch base with you from a more personal point of view in terms of your relationship with Herbert. You worked at a point in time for Access Bank, but who was Herbert to you as a family member? What is that one quality that you say you would miss about him?
Herbert was my mentor. Herbert was my brother. Herbert loved me, and I always went to him for advice on any issue, and I believed in him so much. Herbert listened to me because I also watched his back. Exactly 2 years ago, I went to Herbert's office to discuss his life after banking. And we had that discussion for 2 consecutive days. By the time we finished that discussion, Wigwe University, the decision of Wigwe University and the decision to cite Wigwe University in Isoko was bettered. And within 2 years, that university is standing. That's who Herbert was. If he makes a decision, he will run with it. You can't even run at his own pace. At some point, I got tired. About to call me 1 a.m., 2 a.m. on discussions about Wigwe University. The community willingly conceded land to Harvard to set up university. We bought land on a willing buyer and willing seller basis. And in some instances, some families gave up their land for Harvard to set up Wigwe University. About four families had age-long court cases, land disputes within the same area. So they were not seeing themselves, they were not agreeing, but because of Harvard, I took that matter up, and the families resolved their issues to be able to give the land to Harvard. We went to court, pulled out those cases in court, so that they would give the land to Harvard for Wigwe University. That's who Harvard was. Harvard had a very unifying effect in Isoko. Harvard was the center of Isoko unity.
Now, how would you very quickly touch on Chizoba and of course Chizi? What was your relationship with them, and how important and influential were they to Herbert's decision making?
Herbert was a very strong family man. All through our journey at the Wigwe University, Chizoba was part of our journey. Chizoba was Herbert's partner. Even in the board of trustee meetings, Chizoba was part of the board of trustee meetings. She came here on inspections, project inspections with Herbert. She made input, very valuable input. So they were inseparable. Chizi, as his son, was, if you see him, if you see Chizi, you've seen Herbert. He was already a banker with AFC, doing his father's footsteps. So obviously, Chizi was the heir apparent to Herbert. Whatever Herbert was a captain, a colossus in the corporate world, but he was a very significant community figure. He was our champion.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Dr. Chris Amadi. I would love to hear more from you, because I can feel the passion and the love you have for the Wigwe family, but most especially for your former mentor. But right now, we need to cut to the service, which is happening currently. People are